And this morning, members of the Muslim American Society gathered here in Washington, D.C. to defend the right to build near the World Trade Center site. I'm now joined by
We are united here, calling upon the better angels of America to look beyond the hatred and bigotry. The better angels to look beyond the fear-mongering.
I'm now joined by Talking Points Memo senior reporter Christina Bellantoni. Christina, good to see you. Thanks so much for joining us. Let's talk about this, how this has divided people. We now have the governor of New Jersey, Chris Christie, a Republican, warning the Republican Party against overreacting to this and painting all of Islam with the brush of terrorism. He's now differing from Gingrich and Sarah Palin.
Yeah, and not just Gingrich and Sarah Palin. You've got House Minority Leader John Boehner, who's really made this a big issue. You've got a lot of Republicans coming out against what the president said on Friday night, which Democrats were cheering when he took a position on this because they felt like it was time for him to weigh in.
We know what Newt Gingrich has said, and I'm going to play exactly what he said because I'm curious whether other Republicans running for office will be willing to go as far as Newt Gingrich. Let's listen.
Those folks don't have any interest in reaching out to the community. They're trying to make a case about supremacy. This happens all the time in America. Nazis don't have the right to put up a sign next to the Holocaust Museum in Washington. We would never accept the Japanese putting up a site next to Pearl Harbor.
Right.
There's no reason for us to accept a mosque next to the World Trade Center.
Do you think other Republicans running for office are going to be willing to compare Muslims to Nazis?
Definitely not. I think that he probably didn't use the best choice of words there, and Democrats are definitely hitting him on that. And of course, especially what he said about Pearl Harbor. I mean, you can take a look at, a lot of the situation is that you move past it, and this is supposed to be an Islamic center that is supporting, cultural issues and fostering peace. Now, a lot of people have emotions on both sides of this issue, but really, it shouldn't be a political football.
We now also, of course, the Democrats were blindsided by the president on this. Harry Reid, the Senate Majority Leader, now saying that, of course, that the mosque should not be built there. What did the Democrats, what are they saying about this in terms of what they needed to know? My understanding is that while Mayor Bloomberg had the heads up about this, the two New York senators did not know that the president was going to make these comments on Friday night.
Yeah, and that was definitely a part of the problem here. I think that people were surprised. They didn't necessarily want to be talking about this. They want to keep the focus on the economy and jobs as you're less than 80 days out from an election, and also on, talking about the things that they've done this year, like health care reform. So this has sort of pushed a social issue onto the fore, but at the same time, Harry Reid, who gave that statement opposing the mosque, he gave the White House a heads up on this, and I think that it's put everybody in a difficult position because you're now having Republicans say, do you agree with Harry Reid? Do you agree with President Obama? You show a divide, and that's going to continue.
Okay, Christina Bellantoni, nice to see you. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Nora.